They always bring life and soul to our sofas. It's Jeremy and Karen. We are absolutely loving it. Just even your dancing on the credits, on the intro there. How fantastic you two were at the weekend. And for a few moments, possibly 20 minutes, you were, Jeremy, top of the leaderboard! Yes! There it is! Never let that moment go. Yes, quickly, take a picture. How did that feel?
Well, I remember calling for Claudia to stop the show. At that point. That's what I said. And also, I realised that there's two Karens. There's a Karen that exists in the normal world, and then there's balcony Karen, who just loses total control. So at some point, she had Claudia in a headlock.
Yes.
And I thought the show might actually be stopped at that point.
I mean, because your reaction to the 4 from Craig was extraordinary. Regarde, everybody.
The scores are in. Craig Revel Horwood. Ball.
Claudia in a headlock. Oh, goodness me. But how amazing was that moment for both of you?
Well, it really was brilliant, because we know we maybe not improving fast enough to win, but there's a bit of forwards motion, and I think we can really build now. You know, we've gone to a 4. I mean...
This is from Craig, though. A 4 from Craig. That is good. Karen, your face, your eyes.
Sorry, but it's true. We're absolutely thrilled to get a 4.
She's actually almost lost her voice with shouting so much, yeah.
But it's the best. It was the best moment, because that's what we've been aiming for.
Yeah.
First, we started out with a 2, and then the 3, and then the 4. I mean... Next week, hopefully, a 5.
Imagine.
I am going to pass out. I'm going to faint.
She will have to be carried from the set on a stretcher.
I was listening to Kirsty earlier on, bless her, love her, and saying that, you know, the camaraderie between the celebs is amazing. And it is, we are very friendly, and I was thinking about it, and I think it's partly because we're not competing against each other, we're competing against ourselves. And I feel, you know, that it's a battle against yourself as the celeb dancer. You're really just trying to improve on what you did last week. So,
and you are doing that. 22, your joint highest score, I think. Darcy says your timing is improving. She called you nimble. Karen, you must be thrilled. How was training last week? Can you see a big difference in him?
It's huge. I mean, we did laugh a lot, actually, because that whole Thriller section was absolutely brilliant. And so I couldn't keep the smell out of... the smile out of my face. And he is improving. He is improving, and, you know, he's listening even more, and he's constantly practicing. I've never seen anybody practice so much as this young man over here. He practices in his sleep, in the bathtub, in the bathroom, everywhere I see him. Actually, no, I don't see him in the bathroom. But
hang on a minute. They do get very close, these couples.
I found a little spot in a lobby on the first floor in Elstree, where Strictly is broadcast from, and I had headphones on, and I was just going round and round. And people were walking past. Even Craig walked past. He never even gave it a second glance, actually. The fact that I was standing like that and then going into some strange move. And I do find I need to do it again and again. I think it's that thing, the worry of going into, you know, that absence on the dance floor and not knowing the next move. And eventually, amazingly, your body does work it out.
Yeah, you know? I guess. And then it just starts at memory, about muscle
memory.
Muscle memory, that's what they call it. Now, despite all the fun that you're clearly having, the two of you together, you do take your dance training very, very seriously. And you posted a wonderful video online this week in answer to a couple of your critics. Let's have a look.
Until I'm voted out, I will always work at getting better. I'll always try. I'll always be back in the gym. I'm about to go and see Karen now. Sometimes 8-9 hours a day. I'll always work. And the fact that I'm not the best is not a reason to give up. And that's true of so much of life. Just because you can't win doesn't mean you stop working.
Well said, Jeremy. It's such a good point, and I think it was really important to reply.
Well, there was a kind of a slight trolley type person, and I put that, and it was just a gentle reply to him. It was very polite, but It's because I think for my daughters who are 8 and 11, I don't want them to think, well, our dad worked out he couldn't win, and so at that point he stopped trying. But what was amazing, I put it on Facebook, and I thought maybe 100 people would see it, and then 2 days later it had 1 million shares. Yeah. So I realised that there is a message to the non-winners.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that's a wonderful message to share, and everyone should remember that's wonderful. This week, for you two, it is the tango.
Do the head, ready?
Do the head.
What is it?
No,
like,
no.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Go.
Oh,
We've only just started.
We've
only just started.
We'll get it together, we promise.
We are practising like crazy. That's the whole dance, actually.
I do love that. Len mentioned Jeremy's awkward charm. Now, I love Jeremy's awkward charm.
Awkward charm. Look at that face.
But for a tango, what kind of character does he need to take on,
Give me the face. Give me the tango face.
It's going to be something like that. But, of course,
It's a bit more proud.
Okay.
Our tango is going to be more proud.
It's a news face. It's when,
Oh, serious
good
news.
evening, reporting from... It's that.
That's brilliant for you, isn't
Journalists do that face a lot. I think
Okay.
that's going to be okay.
Okay.
Like that.
And and the tango kind of action, it's good.
Yes,
good.
I mean,
Footwork, the heel leads.
actually, that frame and the heel lead.
Right. It's
Okay.
so
All
good.
right, mate,
Really good already. We had 2 hours today, but I was impressed, and I was like, Jeremy, have you danced before? Have you
Last
done
week.
the tango before?
Last week, yeah. No, I mean, I think looking at, in this privileged spot from the balcony, watching the actual show, some of the favourite dances I've seen in the series have been the tangos. Anita Rani's tango, unbelievable.
Amazing.
To Temper Trap.
Yeah.
And then Katie's on the first week, was
so
amazing
good.
too. So I think it's actually, although it is the news face, it is actually there's a lot of character in it.
You'll
a tango.
enjoy this
So
one.
I've actually been really looking forward to learning it.
We can't wait to see it. You two are just incredible. Jeremy and Karen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
That's all we have time for tonight, my lovely friends. Joining us tomorrow, Peter and Jeanette, and Dance-Off survivors for the 3rd time, Jamelia and Tristan, plus Joe Clifton takes a look at Choreography Corner, casts her eye across our lovely couples tonight.